Hi, I'm David Rothschild, the founder of Ecology. We're a global network getting kids to learn, act, speak and share on the environment. So my last trek was labeled Mission 1, so it's mission possible against these environmental issues that we're facing. It was a crossing, a full surface crossing of the Arctic Ocean, traveling from a tiny little peninsula called Cape Artuchesky all the way to Canada into Ellesmere Island. 16 dogs, all Inuit sled dogs. We were seeing temperatures that we should have been seeing in summertime, in wintertime. And obviously the ice acts as our sort of thermoregulator for our planet. It's a bit like the thermostat. So as all this energy comes from the sun, it hits the white and reflects and sends about 90% of that energy back into space. So as we're now increasing the number of greenhouse gases, our nitrous oxides, our methanes, all the baddies like CO2 that we hear about in our atmosphere, it's kind of thickening this blanket around us, which means that not only is what's being shot back up being trapped, but as the ice starts to crack and move apart, it starts to absorb the energy because the dark areas of the ocean effectively end up creating this, absorbing rather than reflecting action. So it's a positive feedback. I guess I didn't realize how much or how fast the Arctic was changing and how much this was affecting polar bears. And we were seeing tracks of polar bears all the way to the North Pole, which is very rare because it means that there must be huge areas of open water scattered throughout the Arctic. Well, the structure of adventure ecology is basically built on 3 pillars. So the first pillar is adventure, and we use that as a way to captivate. We've actually immersed ourselves into these environments that we're trying to communicate about. The second pillar is the art program, which we run. So that's called Articulate, and that's about taking artists out into the field and getting them to respond. These are artists who have a different lens, and to me that's been really exciting. So we showcase work in a gallery where we have young and up-and-coming artists, and then we also take them into the field. So that's the second pillar. The third pillar, and obviously the most important for me, and again is really what we build adventure ecology through, or build it on, is the education. We live in a society that is overstimulated, and then we take kids and we put them into the school system that is running on a 19th century system, and we wonder why they're looking out the window. We wonder why they're running truant, and we wonder why these kids aren't learning. We need to engage them using gaming technology and terminology, and we need to give them books that are interactive. Kids don't email, that's old school. It's SMSing, instant messaging, microblogging. So we have to try and deliver information in a way that they feel comfortable. It's just a flyby of the book. It's a flyby. Buy the book, save the planet. Global Warming Survival Handbook is, if you don't do anything at all, this is a thing you should buy. Not only because it's a great read, but money from sales, or all the money that the royalties that I should be getting, we're donating to the Alliance for Climate Protection. I didn't want it just to be another sort of let's help the planet in 20 ways. I wanted it to be more about your skill set. What we ended up with was, this, which is, 77 essential skills to stop climate change or live through it. Even friends and family who have lived with me my whole life, and they still sort of look at, oh, God, he's still going on about that, still talking about this, and eventually, my brother sold his car and he got a hybrid, and eventually my dad's like, okay, I'll take one of these silly little bags to the store, and I'm not sure if it suits me, and I'm like, no, take a bag to the store, it's cool, and he's like, oh. And then after I was like, you're right, now I don't have all these plastic bags that pile up in the bottom drawer, which I never knew what to do with. So if we can start to make those right choices, then that will then filter up to the businesses, to the governments, and we'll get a response. I was on a plane the other day, I was on a plane, and I was on yeah, I know, but they let you watch TV the whole time, and everyone's sitting there flicking channels, and up came an ad from Walmart saying, buy our new cotton organic pajamas. And it was a woman standing there saying, my pajamas are sexy, my pajamas are comfy, my pajamas are great, more importantly, my pajamas are organic. And it's amazing that we're getting this sea change happening, and we're seeing mainstream brands really take this seriously. So do not underestimate the power of the individual to inspire change, because we can all do it, and it doesn't have to be a tedious chore. It can become a fun activity that's actually kind of cool. My eco-sin is that I have to admit that I actually really enjoy sitting down in the shower, which sometimes means that I have a longer shower than I should do. And you know, you've had a long day and you've been out and you've been working, or you've been, you know, doing some adventure, and you come back and you're battered and bruised, then I'm not really a bath person, I'm a shower person. But I definitely leave it running a bit longer sometimes than I should do. So that's definitely an eco-sin